At least 9 people have died. Another deadly weekend on city streets.
You either be gay or you be Muslim.
A disastrous tsunami. 744 homes told her buried.
It's hard being human in 2019. With all of the pollution, the climate change, the overpopulation, the violence, it can be overwhelming. And yet, if you're anything like me, you know that you're here to shift it. You're here because you're brave enough to say, I want to see more love. And so how do you take on a mission that big without being crushed under the weight of it? You start within.
So we haven't seen Adam in how long?
Well, show Adam we haven't seen since before Christmas. We're reunited. He's over here and we want to try to surprise him.
Yeah, let's with him.
What's up, Ruby? What up?
How are you?
Across the world. That's good.
You good?
I'm good.
For the first time in maybe a year, I'm experiencing what I call soul fatigue and feel kind of over this whole life thing. And it's not suicidal thoughts, like I'm not gonna kill myself. And I definitely have been having thoughts for weeks now about just not wanting to play this game anymore. I have money, I have fame, notoriety of at least some level. I can taste what that frequency is like. I have the ability to literally do whatever I want. And I don't care. Like where I'm at right now, I just don't give a f***. And what I haven't been able to determine is if this thing that I experience, this soul fatigue that I experience, is the just next stage of my healing process from the sexual healing and from the breakup. I don't know if that's related or if this is just an aspect of my personality that I haven't been able to figure out, because it happens seems like a year, every 2 years or something, where I just hit this point where I just don't want to do life.
I can see from what you've described and talked about, I can kind of trace back and see how from a young age wanting to right this wrong perhaps, and how it motivated you and propelled you to be great in like everything you did and be as powerful as you could be, and changing, going in the spiritual direction with it, having a spiritual awakening, right? What actually motivates me outside of this idea of having to save?
Yeah, I resonate with what you're saying. Maybe what is happening right now is literally I'm a blank slate.
0 point.
I'm at a 0 point, and now I get to decide. And I'm going to incorporate that frequency of seeing it that way more. I'm going to work on like having that be my dominant lens, where I'm like, oh, cool, I got a fresh canvas, as opposed to I've got nothing. And so I'll work on that.
Depression rates among young adults and teens are on the rise.
The treatment for depression has not gone up.
I can't seem to shake this. No matter what I do, no matter how many different things I try, I still find myself stuck in this loop of unhappiness. And everyone else seems to be in it too. There's a feeling of heaviness that the entire team seems to be carrying right now. And so what do? When I feel completely at a loss, I turn to spirit and I go into ceremony. And I trust that by opening my heart, by being willing to surrender even more deeply, something will shift. I'm going into ceremony tonight humbly getting on my hands and knees and asking for help. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it looks like. I simply feel as if last year I did everything I was asked. I was asked to trust to give up my life, my physical life in that ceremony. I was asked to give up all my money and trust in creating an album. I was asked to like let go of my mind and just go into the depths of darkness. And I was asked to step away from what I thought love was, and the safety. My safety in this world was Azria. Plain in the most simple way that I can describe it, what caused me to feel safe. When you look back at season 1 at how much I just didn't feel safe and I didn't feel comfortable, that was not my experience for the last 9.5 years. And the reason that wasn't my experience was because I had Azria. And so I was asked to let go of my safety. And I let go of all of it. And then I was told to make this show, and I made the show. I don't know what to do now. There's all these options in front of us. We could pick, like we could just pick. And I'm exhausted, I'm tired. And so I just need some help. And so that's what I'm asking for. So since the end of season 1, I've been struggling. I've been having a really hard time breaking out of this funk that I've been in around feeling overwhelmed and sad and hopeless. And I have so many tools in my toolkit, and I have so many friends around me that are giving me great advice, and still I couldn't seem to break out of it. And so I decided to start asking for help. I opened up about what I've been going through. And I went into ceremony. I went to ayahuasca and I said, please help me because I don't know what to do. And the lesson that I came out of that ceremony with was, this is your choice. How you feel in each and every moment and how you respond to how you feel is your choice. And so to shift the reality around us, we get to make different choices. And I said, okay, what would it look like to be really happy? What would it look like for everyone and everyone's needs for them to be really happy? And it would look like us getting a house together where everyone can have their own room and their own space. And we invited in all of the women that we love, including Nico's girlfriend, who I flew out as a surprise for his birthday from Bali. And we played together. We dined together. And we embraced the fact that we're a family.
February 18th, 2019. Something has shifted. There is joy everywhere I look. Seeing the look on Nico's face when Erica arrived was worth every penny of that flight from Bali. What's the point in having money if I'm not using it to spread love? What I didn't anticipate was just how much it would truly mean to him. To have him cry with gratitude on multiple occasions has surprised me at the depth of his care and also reminded me of the power of love. It's like the color has returned to his face and the spring to his step. And he's not the only one. Having Matt living in the house with us again is such a gift. His energy and presence in and of itself is healing. He's really stepped into his power as a wizard, and what I find so awesome is that he has also been doing a tremendous job in his role as producer. He feels sturdy, and this will only continue to improve as I can find more ways to put him in his zone of genius and highest excitement. Ryan has also got his mojo back. It was scary for a while, feeling him drifting away, not knowing how to help him while simultaneously feeling a pressure, like a ticking clock which would reach a zero and he'd walk away from the project. I hope these guys know how much I care, how much time I spend thinking about their happiness and how to design this whole thing in a way that supports them in actualizing their every desire. It makes me happy to see them happy. Perhaps that is the reason for the shift in me, that I feel as if I'm making a difference in the world. How interesting to see the online audience continue to grow but feel so beat down and uninspired, and yet the happiness of those around me can cause me to feel like I've shifted the whole reality. It's why I went home to Florida. If we can't show up as love for the people we love, how can we ever build a tribe with this ethos? To use love as a compass starts right where I stand. Seeing love around me gives me hope. It's why Ruby is such a gift to my life. To have her around consistently is a blessing and the opportunity to choose love in real time. She is able to hold such a firm frequency of love for me and for this planet. When I fall out of this energetic, when I hit my low points, I see how she's a bright, beaming lighthouse reminding me of the direction I can lean into. And I see the same impact when I look at the other women giving so much love to the crew. Heart activates Ryan in a way that no one else can. Andrea keeps pushing Matt into new arenas of love and sexual mastery, which is a feat in itself. To see him be met in that way is such a joy to witness. How much can shift in a week is another reminder that no matter how hopeless it may feel, it's only temporary. A lot can shift in a short amount of time. And it starts with choice. To consciously decide to love myself by asking people for help. To consciously choose to spread love to others by flying their girlfriend out or adjusting their roles in the company. Reality shifts when you choose love. Lucky me.
So something shifted. Something shifted the moment that I took responsibility and ownership that this is my choice. And by making some different choices, my reality started to reflect back to me something different. And it was more joy, and it was more fun, and it was more play, and everyone felt that. And so when I look at the lessons that I've learned from this, I recognize that there's a part of me that gets attached to the big mission on this planet, that gets attached to wanting to help solve the plastic pollution and the sex trafficking and all these other things on the macro planetary level. And yet, if I make all of my internal decisions based on that, I'm ignoring what's right around me. And what is right around me, where I live, how I live, my friends, my family, that is the foundation upon which everything else is built. That is the stability of my emotional state that allows me to show up for these bigger issues with joy and love and a sense of play. Because taking it all so seriously can definitely feel like a burden. And so what about you? In your own life, do you feel like you're here for a big mission? Do you have big visions of what you are here to do and how you can help this planet? Because if you do, my encouragement, my invitation to you is to take a look around you in your immediate ecosystem and ask, are there ways that I can show up in more joy, in more love, with more play in my immediate environment, with the people that I love? And through doing that, you are only going to become stronger. You are only going to become an even greater version of who you're here to be, which means that your big mission is that much more enjoyable and likely to be accomplished. Thank you for doing this work. Thank you for asking these deep questions. Thank you for being back for season 2 of The Art of Choosing Love. As always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved.
What are you doing right now?
Well, you said, yo, Matt, get naked. And I was like, all right, Ryan, I'm not going to say no to a good time with you.
No, I have no idea what we're going to talk about in that yet. Are you rolling? So since the end of episode, I had, do I say had? Have. Your sexual awakening is tremendous, but can you please silence your yoni for the time being? Thank you. Not you, Ruby. Let your yoni scream. Yours is fine. Hearts is just on the same frequency bandwidth as this lavalier. Disruption. That's a big ass backpack. I like that it's a Patagonia bag.
He doesn't care about the planet.
I know.
Patagonia.
Really good.